Benefited it, we the ones that your mommy wants. You a bitch, should have stayed in the house. Don't open your mouth. We lurk in the swamps like we in the south. So count your days. Hold on, let me count the ways you gon' pay. When I spot you, I'm coming straight through to your face, no foreplay. So don't come up missing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a goner. You right on my hit list. I'm keeping my distance. Just checking the listings. I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold up to the perfect condition. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. Cause I'm gonna hug you like you are. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide. Cause I'm gonna hug you like you are.
Guys, today I want to show you how I made $10,000 driving around a Mclaren for 3 months. So I did go into this with a partner, and he's the one that purchased the car and the one who was driving around, so I didn't get to drive it, unfortunately. But nonetheless, still made $10,000 in 3 months buying a McLaren. Wish I got to drive it a little bit, but the goal wasn't for me to drive it. He was driving it around every day, though, which obviously I was fine with. So I'm going to break down kind of the numbers, how I got this deal, and how you can do this, even if you don't have $100,000 to buy a car. So we ended up buying a 2012 McLaren MP412C. We got it for $105,000. You can see right here. We did not pay any tax on it. He lives in Arizona, which is why he purchased this. If we lived in California, you could add $7,500 to that, $8,000. And that would have totally killed profit. So it's difficult flipping cars if you're in a state that does have sales tax. Arizona does not, which is where he purchased it. So going in, I put 70% of the money down. He was managing everything, so we split profit 65-35, 65 for me. So I put 70% down. We did buy it in cash. We didn't get a loan, but I'm going to show you how you can do this with a loan pretty easily after this. So we did insure the car. We're planning on having it for about a month or two, depending how quickly it moved. These cars are a little bit slower. So our insurance cost was $200 a month. We had the car for about 3 months, so $600 in insurance cost. Now, obviously, this is estimated. It was a little bit lower, so I'm conservative with these. So our total cost was $105,600. Not bad. We ended up selling the car for $120,000 with a total profit of $14,400. And after the split, so my cash out, you can see I put $73,500 into this profit in the car. So 65% of that, I made $9,360, which is a 13% ROI. Not amazing, but I wasn't doing anything with the money at the time, so it's not an issue there. And if you split that over 3 months, that's about 4%, 4.5% a month. Not amazing, but $10,000 for putting 70 into something in 3 months when I wasn't using that money to invest anyway, I'll take it. Now, how can you guys do this? I know you're saying, I don't have $100,000, let me just pull $100,000 out of somewhere and just put it into a car real quick. I know not everyone has $100,000, you just dish out and do that, but I'm going to show you how you can do this if you got a loan and how profitable it still is, even if you do. So we're going to use the same exact car as the example. So we're going to say we're putting 20% down. You could probably do less. This is kind of conservative. I say 20% down. Most of you, if you have decent credit and you can show this as an investment, you should be able to get that. So you put $21,000 down on the car, and you get a loan for $84,000 at 5% interest, which is decently high. You should be able to get a little better than that. That leaves you paying $185.18 a month in interest. That's not counting principal. You should be, if you have $21,000 dish out, you should have whatever the payment is. Should be around $1,500 to $1,700 on this. Probably about $1,500 on this a month. But $185.18 a month of that is interest, obviously, if it's not front-loaded. And I highballed it and said your insurance for full coverage on the car for that price would be $300 a month. Again, we're younger. He has multiple cars, so he got it under his insurance, and it was a little bit cheaper. So total cash out of your pocket is $21,000 plus $485 for the insurance and interest per month. So that's kind of what's coming out of your pocket per month, not counting the principal. Let's just say it's another $1,400, which it was. So the principal is $1,400, guys. So let's say you sit on the car for 3 months and then you end up selling it at the same price. We could have waited a little longer and probably got $5,000 to $7,000 more, but we wanted to get out of it because 3 months was a long time already. So let's pretend you sold it for the same thing as us, $120,000. Your total cost for insurance, we said $300 a month for 3 months, so $900. Total interest was $555.54 on that loan. Since you're selling it, you get out of the loan. Not hard to do. And the purchase price you got in at was $105,000. So your total profit for selling at $125,000 and buying it at $105 would be $13,544. Again, if you went in by yourself on this, which I would recommend doing. I don't think you need a partner for this unless money's the issue. So you can see total money in, $22,455.54 is what came out of your pocket for this and this. Again, I did forget to put the principal, so if you want to put $3,000 more in there. Your total profit was $13,500 about. That leaves you with a 60% ROI over 3 months. So 20% a month ROI for buying a McLaren and driving it around for 3 months. Now, obviously, it would be different if there was tax, but let's even say there was tax on this. Let's say tax was $8,000. Take away $8,000, still made $5,500 to drive around a McLaren for 3 months. Now, obviously, you shouldn't be doing this if finances are tight and it's a risk because these kind of cars can sit around for a while and not sell, and you might have to cut the price, especially if you're looking at tax, it's really difficult. But if you're living in places without sales tax, this is definitely something you can look into. We were able to find the car. I don't know if Ricky wants me to mention, so I'm not going to say how we found the car, but he knows how to find vehicles to flip. He does it with motorcycles, cars all the time. And when you're living somewhere with no sales tax, I think it's a great thing you can do. Easily $1,000, $2,000. Once you learn what sells for what and how you can get lower prices and just get used to doing this. But you can see, if you did this for 3 months, your total money out of your pocket was $22,000 that you held up for 3 months. And you get $13,000 on top of that 3 months later for it just sitting there and you listing the car. It's not much work. It's a lot of return. The situation and the conditions just have to be correct for you to do this. But I was happy. I learned a lot kind of through this experience. It was cool to say I owned a McLaren even though I didn't get to drive it or see it. Ricky offered for me to come down and drive it, of course, but I let him drive it. I was busy. So I'm hoping I can do this again with another supercar. It's obviously hard with newer ones. You got to go for the older ones where they're kind of done depreciating a ton, and that's how he was able to probably put 1,000, 2,000 miles on it and still sell it for a profit. So it was pretty interesting. I hope you guys learned a little bit on this. If you're interested, go check out Ricky's channel, Ricky Gutierrez on YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video.